And that's all, folks. It's Elegbete TV Radio. Follow us on social media at Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Frank Idemudia Alapa. That's my name. Talking sports is my game. I am the greatest. I love listening to Elegbete TV Radio. For undiluted, unadulterated, it's probably replicated but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Elegbete TV Radio. I seriously love listening to it.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Elegbete TV Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Monday edition of the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Daffy Mathieu Sogane, and it's a weekend of same of the same or weekend of consistently inconsistent now because for Arsenal it's same of the same, for Man City it's same of the same. The new norm is Man City losing. First time in the history of his coaching career, Pep Guardiola have lost four games in a bounce. It's a bit of a surprise, but it did happen. And the moment that happened, you know that those people who say that, oh, when your players are injured, you should not complain. You signed the 30 players, you should be able to deal with it. They not get to understand that truly injury can derail a team. It doesn't matter what team you think you are, injury can derail your team and make you go from this to, a struggling team. But then there is also the and you say to yourself, because when we start using that word, sometimes it bothers me because that's what I see now. I remember Man City in crisis. Let me ask you guys, do you think that Man City in crisis? Before you respond to that question, look at it carefully and try and 11 in the league and 2 in other competition. Man City also have their own pile of games to play. But I'm just saying that is it not too early to say that Man City are in crisis? Bearing in mind that all of a sudden Chelsea are regarded as a title contender now. You know, the conversation around Chelsea is that they are not title contenders. And Chelsea are way behind Man City. So how can Man City be in crisis? Chelsea are title contenders, but and then Arsenal, who are on the same point with Chelsea, are also seen as being in crisis. So I need to understand what's the context, the definition of crisis in football. I agree that Arsenal have regressed compared to last season. Man City also have regressed, and it is thanks to injury. You can see how they played yesterday, even though they didn't win. You see one of the best draws that they've had. Trossard could have won that game for them, and the lack of that number 9 is showing. Like I said during the summer window, when the summer window was closing, I said what's going to decide, for the sake of argument. For the sake of I told you so, we could say that what if he had come in and had just adapted very well, and all this goes on. He's scoring right now. He came out and he's scoring there for Arsenal. Just think about that for a minute. Like if he came to Arsenal and he's banging in the goals, the difference between Arsenal and Man City would I mean, Liverpool will not be that far anymore. Arsenal might just be, the same point with Liverpool or probably above them, because some of the games that Arsenal have lost or drawn, you could say that the absence of a potent top scorer is the reason why they were unable to get across the finish line. And in games like that, you just wonder, could we have done something better with a striker? That's the question you ask as an Arsenal fan. But then for Man City, while there is the argument of injuries and all of that, you cannot say to yourself, no matter how good a coach is as good as the the type of players that he's got. Because some people will argue that there are other clubs who don't have the kind of players that they have. As a matter of fact, the players that Man City have right now, starting for them, are going to be star players in the clubs like Fulham, Everton, Southampton, Nottingham Forest, and the rest of them. And I say back to them that is the reason why those clubs are languishing at the bottom of the league below Man City as well. So you have to understand that part. Whether you agree or you don't agree, that's up to you. Now let's go to Portugal and let me see what I wanted to say. First of all, Victor Gacore's team Sporting are top of the pile. They've not lost a single game. 33 points out of 11 games played. They've scored 39 goals, considered only 5. Ruben Amorim have done his final job. Is waiting to get on the grass in England, but he can't until he gets his work permit. His work permit, as at the time I am sitting on this microphone, his work permit have not been approved, and he's hoping that they will approve it pretty fast. There is the delicate issue of what does he do with Ruud van Nistelrooy. Ruud van Nistelrooy have said, I am available to work, but I'm waiting for the club to decide what they want me to do, what role they want me to play. So Swedish Victor Gyökeres is the top goal scorer in Portugal with 16 goals in the league. The next person close to him is Guillermo of FC Porto with 8 goals. And Victor Gyökeres has scored 16 goals with a single assist. Okay? And then if you take that out to, other competition, he scored a hat-trick against Man City in the, what's it called now? In the Champions League. And before that, he's also scored quite a few. So you could tell yourself that I don't know if I will be over pushing it if I say if he had come to Arsenal, probably underline that word, probably Arsenal will be top of the league right now. It's not guaranteed, it could be different, but I just think that if he was at Arsenal right now as we speak, maybe, just maybe, Arsenal would have him on. We would be on top of the pile. But hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you never can tell how these things go. So you don't know it all. Nobody knows it all. He might come in and get injured. He might be available. He might not be available. You never can tell. But hey, it is what it is. This season he has played in 17 games in all competition and has scored 23 goals. That's exactly more than half of what he scored last season in 50 games. Okay? Last season he played 50 games and he scored 43 goals in all competition. So the man is going up from 43 in 50 last season. He's 23 in 17 now. If he continues like this in 2 seasons, he scored 66 goals in 67 games for Sporting. It's not going to take time again before he goes out of this club and goes somewhere else and begin to bang the goals. But these are the moments. These are the moments that determine how a football club decision can change things. Victor Osimhen can't stop scoring. Scored 2 goals to lead his team. Galatasaray to a 3-2 win over the weekend, but it was a close one towards the end of the game. But the good thing is that they won. Montpellier finally got to win a game. Victor Ako was removed in the 39th minute, but it didn't matter even though they missed the penalty, they still got on to win that game 3-2 against Brest. They were really squeezing the Brest of Shiba in France, and it was those kind of moments where you just sit back and you just start laughing that 3-1 it was in that game. And if you look at Montpellier, how they've been playing very, very badly. And all of a sudden yesterday I saw them playing forward, making the right move, dribbling, going wide, doing everything right, everything that they need to do for a team that have played 11 games and have won only 1 game prior to this match, and drawn 1 and lost 8 games. Yesterday they did play well. They are still at the foot of the table. They are 18th on the log, and they are at the foot of the table, 7 points. Nothing really different yet, but they can build on that when they come back from the international break and say to themselves, if we can do this one, we can do another one. After all, we beat a team that is at the top. While in at the top side of the the French Ligue 1, Marseille have dropped to third, Monaco are in second, Paris Saint-Germain are still in the top position. They may not be doing well in the Champions League, but in the league, they are holding their own because they are 29 points out of a possible 33. Are still the only unbeaten team in the league. Not lost a game, but they've drawn 2 and won 9, which is very beautiful for them. They don't have Mbappe, no Neymar, no Messi, but they still have Bakola, who scored 10 goals and created 2. Yes, Bradley Bakola for them. And then you have the one that is really exciting me is Mason Greenwood. I wish he could end up as the top goal scorer for myself. I don't know if he can lead them to the title, but if he leads them to even the cup, to be nice because of the thing that he's gone through. Like I always say, I'm always excited when I see a comeback story. It's always something that is beautiful, sweet, and exciting when you see a comeback story. Moses Simon has scored 3 goals this season and created 4, so not doing too badly, but he could do better. Yeah, that's in the French Ligue 1. In Italy, it's a different conversation. Nobody have written the script properly. Nobody read the memo. It is a crazy situation in Italy. Atalanta were good for value yesterday as they won 2 goals to 1 against Udinese, and it was beautiful to watch. It could have been a 1-1, but an own goal in the 60th minute by the player, the Ivorian, Tori Suleimani, changed the whole situation of that game, and it ended 2-1 in favor of Atalanta. But then that scoreline also, changed the tide of things because it took Atalanta from, I think they were in 3rd position or so, to the very top of the pile. And Napoli's been top of the pile since, went from number 1 position. Napoli are still number 1. They went from number 1 at some point in the course of the game before that draw to number 4 or number 5, and then the draw with Inter Milan brought them back to the top position. It's kind of like crazy when you see the teams that are leading the line in Italy. Napoli have lost and drawn their last 2 games. You have Napoli on top, Atalanta 2nd, Fiorentina 3rd, Inter Milan 4th, Lazio 5th. Then you now start looking for the big boys. When I say the big boys, you're talking about Juventus, AC Milan, and the rest of AS Roma and the rest of them. They are stuck downward. Well, we hope that eventually they will find their footing. But the season should end like this. Wouldn't it be nice to see Napoli, Atalanta, Fiorentina, all of them in the top 4? Well, if you follow the views from the stand, I remember that Daniele, my teammate and friend and brother in Italy, predicted that that's what's going to happen, that this season nobody's going to play to the script. It's going to be differently, but you never can tell. The big boys might still come back again and show what stuff they are made of. In Germany, Bayern Munich are still dominating, still haven't lost a game this season. 10 games played so far, 8 wins, 2 draws, 26 points to the good. They now have 5 points over Leipzig. Eintracht Frankfurt are in 3rd, Leipzig are in 2nd. Bayer Leverkusen have climbed up again to 4th position. Borussia Dortmund are in 7th. You have between Bayer Leverkusen and Borussia Dortmund, you have Freiburg, Union Berlin, and the rest. Well, that's how it is in Germany. Let's go to the league table in England because coming up on this week is the international break. You know that Liverpool are standing tall at the very top thanks to Nottingham Forest. Liverpool have lost a single game, drawn 1. That's the game against Arsenal, and then won 9. That puts them at 28 points. Man City are 2nd with 7 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeat, and they call that crisis in the league. 22 goals scored, still score more goals than any other team in the league apart from Tottenham, who scored 23 goals. But the funny thing is Tottenham would always be Tottenham. In a season where they're scoring this much, they've already lost 5 games. Guarantee Tottenham cannot win the league this season. So when the manager says that he always wins title in the second season, the league is already out of his reach, and it is just 11 games played so far. Because definitely, for those who argue that Man United lost 5 games and still won the league title, let me tell you, Tottenham Hotspur will still lose more 5 games. So This is just 11. By the time they get to 22, another 5 defeat would have happened. This is a team that went to Old Trafford and beat Manchester United silly. But look at how Ipswich Town took them to the cleaners. Look at how small teams are beating them like they don't even know how to play football. Yeah, so you can tell that Tottenham Hotspur would always be Tottenham Hotspur. And Chelsea, for a team that they say they have a bomb squad, they have a poultry, they have a farm, a tank farm, they have a kindergarten school, a nursery school, and all of that. They've scored 21 goals this season. Yes, they've considered 13, but that's not a bad one. Arsenal have scored 18. Again, that's the reason why Arsenal are stuck in fourth position, and they are losing like losing is going out of fashion. In their last 4 games, Arsenal have not won any. Okay, they've lost. They lost to Bournemouth. They drew with Liverpool. They lost again to Newcastle, and yesterday they lost to they drew to Chelsea. I'm sorry. So in the last 4, it has been like this. But as an Arsenal fan, you should gather hope a little bit, because Arsenal have played, of all the top 5 or top 6 teams, Arsenal have played the most difficult games. Oppositions so far, and some other teams have had it easy. So let's say that after the international break, the injured players are beginning to come back. It's looking like once the Merino gets going, another guy gets going, the confidence is back, the team will play well. Yesterday I saw a glimpse of what can be if Odegaard is fit. Like I always say, Odegaard is more pivotal to Arsenal's play than the so-called world-class Bukayo Saka. But people will not listen to me. Those people who are stuck in their ways, especially Nigerians, who are still claiming that Bukayo Saka is a Nigerian, so he must be regarded as a world-class player. You know, Arsenal fans are their delusional way of looking at football. Anybody that plays 2, 3, 4 games who work for Arsenal is a world-class player. But whatever it is, that's their own cup of tea. As it is right now, Manchester United have, under Ruud van Nistelrooy, I don't know if Manchester United are the biggest gainer or Ruud van Nistelrooy is the biggest gainer. And this is my reason of asking that question. Manchester United were in 14 when Ruud van Nistelrooy took over. 2 wins and a draw in the league, 3 wins and a draw in all competition. And somehow Manchester United are still in 13th position. Not too, much of a progress, but at least they halt the slide. That's something good that they've done. They've halt the slide. They've kept themselves, a bit far from the relegation zone, trying to get closer to the top. Not too close, but they are trying to get closer. They are 12 points behind Liverpool. So it's not as if they are really away from the drop zone like that. But what Ruud van Nistelrooy have done is that is now added to his CV, his ability to coach, destroyed players that are unloyal, players that are shitty, that are, terrible, and he's been able to coach them and put them on a track for Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim is not coming to meet a team that is dejected, that is not winning. It's going to come inherit a team that have found its mojo, that know what they're doing, and are heading in the right direction. Well, let's hope that work anyway. For Erling Haaland, he's still the top goal scorer in a pseudo-crisis season for Man City, season where most of the players that are supposed to be backing him, the ones that are playing are not in form, the ones that are supposed to be in form are out injured. He still scored 12 goals this season, 0 assists. Mo Salah is doing the Lord's job for Arne Slot with 8 goals and 6 assists so far. That's pretty beautiful, if I must say. Nicholas Jackson say he's sloppy. He doesn't score that much, but he's got 6 goals and 3 assists. I don't think that's a bad one, but can be better. Kopama's got 7 goals. I mean, that guy whipped a shot from a distance about 40 yarder. Thank God the goalkeeper saved it earlier on in the game. 7 goals and 5 assists already this season. Chelsea are not far off. Chelsea are not a team to write off. Are not a team you just sit where you are and say, oh, they are not in the race. They are in the race. Just give them a few time, and I think that they will be one team that everybody will be talking about in the course of this season. Having said that, we have not gone to the new segment. Ikorodu City are impressing me in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Unfortunately, the issue with the broadcasters is making us not to watch them on TV, so these moments are not properly captured. But going away where they went and get that result that they got was beautiful. Finidi George and his Rivers United team who started the season unbeaten and were looking like they were going to go the whole season, lost to Ikorodu City, and now they lost again to Bayelsa United. It was brothers at war anyway. Ladaboso obviously enjoyed that one. But before Ladaboso, let's go to Finidi George and hear what he's going to say. Rivers United fell 0-1 to Bayelsa United at home yesterday, marking their first home loss in the league since March 2019 when they lost 2-1 to Wiki Tories. This defeat ended a massive 90-game home unbeaten run with 75 wins and 15 draws. Rivers United, who had a strong start to the season, have only managed 1 point in their last 3 games, dropping 8 points between home and away since March 9, with 5 being dropped at home. After the game, head coach Finidi George said, for the fans, there is no need to panic, promising that the team will bounce back soon. He said it's better to face these challenges now so they can work on improvement and return to form. Well, they had a chance to sign Brandy Day. The coach recommended that they sign him. The chairman, Bryce Green, was on board. But then the general manager, the GM, Paluku, came out with these words that was very, very funny, that we don't think we need him, we cannot sign him, we're not sure we can pay whatever he would demand. So we're not even ready to make him an offer. We don't think that... knowing fully well that this team needs a striker, and you see what Ahmed Musa is doing over there with Kano Pillars, I thought that they would have seized the moment and said, okay, let's get this one in and add value to the team. But unfortunately, they refused. Now, I don't know whether it's too early. Probably I'll raise that question with China Achiru on the views from the stand later on. Are they regretting already not signing Brandy Day? But you guys can join in. If you follow the Nigerian Premier Football League, you can join in and tell me what you think. Because when I look at Brandy Day, he's looking very fit. He's always in the gym in his house and is looking super fit. Why did they not sign him? That is the $1 million question that one day we will have Finidi George or Chris Green or Okek Baluku to respond to. But for now, let's hear from Finidi George.
I think we entered the game a bit sloppy. That was a giveaway goal, And we know if we had scored an early goal, that would have opened up the game, And that didn't happen. I think that was a sloppy goal. We should have defended better. They got that goal and they sat deep and then tried to play the counter, There was pressure. I think later on players got a little bit nervous. We should have kept the ball a little bit more to break through the wings. But I think, trying to get that equalizer, we went a little bit direct. And, it was easier for them to defend those long balls, So it's one of those things. We tried, I think, piling pressure, but the goal didn't come, If we had gotten that goal, I think we would have pushed for the second goal. But football being what it is, we have to accept it. I think they took their chance and they defended well. So you have to give them credit. There's no pressure. When we were winning, we had no pressure, So we're having this. It's good that it's happening now, If this is happening at the tail end of the league, I think it's going to be worrisome. But I think happening now, we'll get ourselves back and start winning again. So it's unfortunate we lost all 3 points at home. I think we have won away matches. Of course not. We'll get back, We'll see when and where to make that adjustments and get the players back. Sometimes when you believe you win and things like this happen, we have to get back on our feet as quick as possible because next week we are playing Remo, and we'll see what happens there.
What kind of a lead up to the Remo game when they lost to Ikorodu City at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena on Nico? Finidi George said they will go back home and remedy the situation. Those were his words. They've gone back home. Ladamboso came and became a clog in the wheel of progress for Rivers United. Now, they are going to travel to Remo and play against Remo. Demola Abiodun Ibrahim is licking his lip. He's feeling excited. He's feeling ready. But Rivers United might just come and become a spanner in the work as well. We never can tell. We never know what will happen. But whatever happens, let it be said that after that long unbeaten home run like Chelsea for many years, Rivers United have eventually lost at home. It is not time to restart another run again. Rivers United hardly lose games at home, but then could this be the start of many defeats to come? Could this be, when they start saying Finidi George, but like I said, they will tell you to go, okay? But whatever happens, we'll sit here and watch. Let's go to the winning coach. You know how they say losers make excuses and winners rejoice. To the winners, the spoils. So let's talk about the winning coach. He was at the African Games in Ghana earlier this year, and the result didn't go too well with his team, and he was always making excuses in his press conference. But this time around, he's having it differently. Bayelsa United's victory over Rivers United was not only their first away win of the season, but also their third overall. After the game, head coach Ladamboso, or Professor Issa Ladamboso, credited the win to his team's youthful energy and their dominance in the midfield, which he said were key to breaking down Rivers Giants. Okay, let's hear from Issa Ladamboso.
And what I've been saying is that the team on ground, we all need to pressure with the team. This is a team of very youthful players, and the youthfulness that makes us to have an edge over Rivers United today. So it's a work in progress, and I believe they have other players from the defense line, and that's why we use explosive wings and maybe even the attack, because the ones that use, most of them, this is our first season in the league, and you can see what they offer us today, because it's all about the youthful exhibitant. Strength-wise, stamina-wise, pace-wise, I think we have an edge over there. See, for today, we use naturally 3 natural midfielders as compared to other matches, and the 3 natural midfielders for us to curtail the midfield play of Rivers United. And if you look at the midfield again, they have midfield that they are unknown. Look at the Pele, who some like has not played in much. Then look at the guy that just came in second half, and we're able to get it right. We thank God for everything, and we continue to work.
Elecbetter TV Radio. We are not just about radio, TV, or YouTube numbers. We are all about connecting with people and creating a community of great minds and values.
It's exciting when your team wins, and you can say all the things that you need to say. You can break it down, you can analyze, you can, that moment where you start feeling invincible. It's very, very good. I just hope that it continues for them, because again, Bayelsa United is one team that I don't want to see go down. I want to see them play in the league and be up there. Well, we've had 6 additional members, and yesterday I realized that there are some things that I'm not aware of, and I just got to know thanks to Precious, who is in Kazakhstan. So there are some regions. So for those of you who are struggling with membership, there are some regions where we actually, I don't know, where you're not allowed to join YouTube membership. You have to use VPN, because that's what he did yesterday to join the membership team. So for all of you that have been part of this membership crew for as long as you have been, thank you so much. I really enjoy it, and I thank you that we're growing this community gradually. It's not going to happen overnight, but we definitely will keep growing, and eventually we will get there. I want to say massive shout out and thanks to Precious for going through the effort and the stress. It wasn't that easy, but we got through it eventually. Thank you so much for that. Let's continue with the new segment. If there's anything you want to ask, it's a business Monday, but if there's anything you want to ask, anything you want to contribute, put it in the comment section. Today is 1 hour straight. We're not going past that. There's some other things I need to do, but please be fast with the comment. I hate it when we're signing out and the people are dropping comments. Okay, so if there are questions, opinions, views, whatever you want to put there, put it there, and let's see how it goes. But let's go to North London now, and it was in West London yesterday where they played. Okay, at Arsenal let another lead slip this season, finishing with a 1-1 draw against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in the London derby. Gabriel Martinelli gave Arsenal the advantage in the 60th minute, only for Pedro Neto to equalize for Chelsea 10 minutes later. In his post-match comment, Arsenal head coach Mikel Arteta voices disappointment, stating that his team controlled much of the game and performed better overall, but the way they conceded fell short of the standard expected of them. Frustrated Mikel Arteta had that to say. Let's hear from him.
Well, disappointed with the results because I think we deserve more, and at the same time very proud about the team. The way we played here against this opponent in this stadium, they have battered every opponent here, and obviously it wasn't the case today. But after doing the most difficult thing, scoring the first goal, very disappointed how we conceded the goal. Nowhere near the standards, our defensive habits, how we allowed that, and the moment you allow the space and time to any of their players with the quality that they have, you're going to get punished. So that's not bad luck. But then the team shows his teeth. You know, how much they wanted. They took risks, full determination, put Chelsea under every problem, were very aggressive. We created 3 big chances. And unfortunately, we weren't able to put the ball in the net to win it. But I think the team deserved it.
Well, so many to say, but the most important thing is that they didn't get all 3 points. And because they didn't get all 3 points, they are far off Liverpool right now. They are chasing Liverpool. But we've seen Liverpool try to win leads before. This is not going to be the first time. Liverpool is not a team you're chasing and you're really going to throw in the towel. Okay? As much as, they are a force to reckon with, and a slot is slotting in, whether from back or from front or any side is slotting in. Get your mind off the gutter anyway. We still believe, as far as I'm concerned, that anybody that's choosing Liverpool should have confidence. Chelsea have done it before. The famous Steven Gerrard Dembaba sleep. The famous letting go of lead by, Rafael Benitez when he was complaining about Man United. Every time we go to Old Trafford, the result is always manufactured. Okay, all of those things, we've seen that with Liverpool. So it's a tradition. They say Arsenal are butlers. Liverpool are also massive butlers that people don't talk about. So when they are leading, doesn't really give you that fear of, let's say, for instance, it's Man City that is 8 points or 10 points or 9 points ahead of you. You say to yourself, this one is a done deal. This one is gone. But for as long as it's Liverpool, there is a tinge of confidence. If you don't agree with me, let me know in the comment section. Well, Man City, somebody should explain to me how Man City have gone 4 games without a win, please. No matter how bad it is, I thought that they have a squad, they have a group of players in that team to be able to win games. Let's even x-ray their team before I go back to the news as put together by Timothy Deimbo. Now, looking at the lineup, you would ask yourself, what's really the problem? In goal, they have Edison. Back in goal, they have Lewis. I don't think that Rico Lewis is such a bad player. You have Walker in the middle. You have Pussy Simpson there. And then you have Dior. That should be a team that should hold it. Kovacic, who is the king at beating press, and is also learned how to shoot lately. Then you have Ike Gundogan. You have Phil Foden. This is the best player of the league last season. And then you have Savinho, who started this season, beating everybody, dribbling left and right, slicky, slippery, quick feet, and all that, almost making you think that, okay, thank God they let Riyad Mahrez go. And then you have Nunes. I thought that this was a good team that could hold its own against Brighton. And then you have Heartland up front. Was good enough by my own reckoning. I think that they were good enough. But somehow, this team could not hold its own against a brutal team like Brighton. Their lights were too shine and they couldn't hold it. But then you look at Man City and you say, okay, Diaz is out, Grealish is out, Rodri is out, John Stones is out, and a few other players that are out. He's big enough to have complaints. But then Brighton also have Dunk, Lewis Dunk out, Marsh out, Milner out, James Milner is out, Minte is out, Webster is out also. So they have their own injury as well. Credit to Fabian Hustler for putting a team together that is good enough to beat the defending champion of 4 in a row champions of England. It's a good one, but like I always say, because Liverpool are on top, but then they beat Aston Villa again, and when you look at the league table again, Aston Villa was a team that everybody said, oh, this team is going to tear everybody apart. The last 5 games, they've won 1, drawn 2, lost 2 straight back to back. So when you look at them, they've got 13 points, not too far. 18 points, not too far from the pack. But again, you look at this and you say to yourself, playing in multiple competition also have a way of affecting you. But Nottingham Forest are in 5th position, Brighton are in 6th position. Fulham have been doing quite well, but let's still give them time. Newcastle United also started winning. They beat Arsenal and then they won again over the weekend. And so they've got 2 wins back-to-back on the bounce. But then they could come back from international break and become a different proposition. Let's see how it goes as time progresses. But Man City have lost 2 games in the Premier League and they've lost them back-to-back. I can't remember the last time I saw Man City under Pep Guardiola or any Pep Guardiola team lost 2 league games back to back. But then it is football. Sometimes these things happen and there is nothing you can do about it. Let's go back to the news as put together by Timothy Dabo. Yes, Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca said his team deserved the point they earned against Arsenal, saying they didn't deserve to lose. In the post-match press conference, Maresca praised Chelsea's performance, mentioning they were sharp both without the ball and that their recent games have shown their clear improvement in performance. If Arteta makes this comment, it is a loser mentality, is a bad mentality. But if it is Chelsea coach that makes it, then it's good. This type of draw, Arsenal will get this type of draw and make this out. Oh, we deserve the point. We're good. Everybody will say, oh, they have a loser mentality. But let's hear from Enzo Maresca anyway.
We play the way we want to play, on the ball and off the ball. The game for some moment was open. Anything can happen in both sides, but for sure, 100% at least we deserve the point, and this is important. And I don't remember which one. Do you think that we deserve to lose against Liverpool? No, but it's football, can happen. So very soon we're gonna win this kind of game, but for sure in this moment the performance is very important, because if you draw tonight and you don't deserve the draw, probably you are happy about the result, but the performance is not good. I said many times, for me, Bournemouth away, we didn't deserve to win, and we win. And probably at home with the Palace or Forest, we deserve to win, and we didn't win. So it's game by game. For sure, this kind of game, soon we're gonna win, but the performance has been very good.
Well, Precious Yedewa, you said you predicted. Did you bet on it? Because if you're so sure, should I put your heart strength on it anyway? Let's go to Tottenham's match. The stupidest team in the whole universe. Tottenham Hotspur head coach Ange Postecoglou took full responsibility for his team inconsistency this season, despite a dominant 4-1 win over Aston Villa last weekend. Spurs suffered a surprising 1-2 loss to Ipswich Town at home yesterday. In the post-match press conference, Postecoglou admitted that the team's up and down performance are down to him, acknowledging that he is responsible for their current struggles. Okay, the tune is changing. I don't know, but the tune is changing. Maybe somebody has told him go to the press and take the blame. Maybe, just maybe, I don't know. But that's how it sounds to me. Angel Post Office, come and give us some Postino.
The game well at all. We were very sort of passive, particularly without the ball, and even with the ball, I just felt we didn't get the tempo right, intensity right, and then we gave ourselves a mountain to climb. Second half, we had the ascendancy, obviously, and enough opportunities, but didn't do enough of them. Too much of a sort of deficit to try and overcome. Obviously, second half we had the opportunities to do that, but we should never have been in that position. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's down to me. That's my responsibility. The inconsistency we're having this year ultimately comes down to kind of me and my approach, and something I need to try and fix and see if I can help the players in that area.
And that's all, folks. It's Elegbetter TV Radio. Follow us on social media at Elegbetter TV Radio. My name is Frank E.
What was other? Was he drinking pepper soup? Come on. This is a man who bragged at the start of the season and he felt like he was going to perform some wonders. I said it is Spurs. Spurs are still going to be Spurs. They like, let them win 10 games on the bounce. They're still going to be Spurs. Now they have lose one, win one, lose one, win one. That's the record now. 5 wins and 5 defeats. That's like 50-50, then plus 1 draw in 11. They'll go back again, and next time they come back, they win. Spurs are back. They're in 10th position on the league. This is the team that people say are going to compete for the which title? I'm the only person that Spurs cannot disappoint because I know what they can give, and they are giving what exactly they can. This is who they are. I'm not going to be surprised seeing a fish swimming, but I'll be surprised if I see a fish flying. And Tottenham Hotspur are a fish that cannot fly, pretending to be a bird. Calling a fish a bird does not make it fly. Okay, if you bring a catfish now, I say the name of this catfish is canary or eagle, it will not make it fly. That's Tottenham Hotspur for you. But people will not agree with me. Oh no, that you shouldn't be saying that. Blah blah blah. That's your own opinion. Victor Osimhen was on fire once again, scoring 2 goals over the weekend, and he led his team to a 3-2 win over their opposition, and he's getting it going. And somebody asked me this question. I'm going to throw it to you guys. Once again, I asked a question last week, but somebody has asked me just this morning: should Victor Osimhen move in January or stay to the end? And I'm still going to take you to the what's it called, the views from the stand, but maybe we're going to answer it differently this time. But I'm just going to give you a hint. So Victor Osimhen is 25, or is it 26? 25. Let me check. Let me be very sure so that I don't go and be saying things that are not correct. Because these days now, people just come and attack you, for no reason. So somebody watched the Richard Obokiri interview, and the only thing he saw was me saying that everybody in Nigeria love Jose Mourinho. He didn't understand that I'm doing an interview. That's an exaggeration, right? But he took it so personal. Like, why would I say that everybody in Nigeria loves Jose Mourinho? Well, for Victor Osimhen, he has scored. He has played 6 matches in the league, scored 6 goals, made 2 assists, collected 1 yellow card. That's not a big deal. But let's look at some other figures in relation to me answering the question that was thrown at me. It's important to look at some very, very pertinent things. Okay, so he was born on December 29, 3 days after my birthday. Okay, it's his own birthday. He's 25 now. It's going to be 26th in December. I'm going somewhere with this. Hypothetically, this is his real age, but between you and me, you know that it's not true. Okay, but let's just go with the fact that it's going to be 26. So by next summer, it will be 26 going to 27. So anybody who signs Victor Osimhen next summer, if he doesn't move to January, will be willing to say, let's give him a 4 or 5 years contract. So let's say a 5 years contract. So he's on the contract and he turns 27. His game is predicated on power and speed, which reduces with age. So let me say on the flip side, he's 30 now. Anything after now, his pace and power will start reducing. The Turkish league is not as competitive as probably the Premier League. I'm putting all the cards on the table. I'm being very, very clear with this now. And people will not like this, but that's the truth. His game is based on athleticism and some beautiful intelligence. He's not one of those all brawn and no brain kind of player. He's got brains, he's beautiful, he can do the bicycle kick, he can do a lot of things. As a matter of fact, I agree with him when he said there is no striker, there's no player in the world right now who can do the things that he does. I agree with him completely. But I want to be a bit objective here, and some people will say, no, that they shouldn't be saying that, but I would say it. So Victor Osimhen's best season was 2 seasons ago with Napoli, where he scored that huge amount of goals. At Lille, for 2 seasons, he scored 13 goals. Let's not forget, at Charleroi, for 1 season, he scored 12 goals. So we're looking at this carefully. 3 seasons in Napoli, he scored 65 goals. Fantastic. But 1 great season, then 2 not so decent season. Now at Galatasaray, it's 6-6 in the league. and in other competition. Okay, with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, his record is untouched. Just that he needs a major tournament performance, to keep himself in our mind. 37 games played for the Super Eagles, 22 goals scored. That is incredible, right? Okay, but let's juggle this bit a bit, because somebody was asking me that is it that all the big clubs did not see Victor Osimhen and I think it's good enough, okay? Even Wikipedia, I don't know what they talk. They say now President Muhammadu Buhari now make him member of the Federal Republic. No, it's not. It's Tinubu 2023. Go. So let's take it one step at a time and see how it goes. Now, one of the things that you need to look at in this conversation of Victor Osimhen is that all the other clubs must have also looked at him and said, okay, he's got some injury problems. He's good when it comes to scoring goals. There's no problem. He's going to score you the goals. But if you put him in a fast-paced league like the Premier League, can he meet up? With his pace and his athleticism and the kind of tackles he will get, would he not go out for long injuries? What is the business? What are his chances? So I'm asking, should he just say to Galatasaray, you know what? Let me make my bed here. Guys, go and perfect this deal and let me become your player for the next 5 or 6 seasons. Because players have gone to Turkey and scored loads of goals before. Tony Wakeme scored so much for Trabzonspor, he was given a statue. And Ryoko scored for this Galatasaray as well. So if you look at it carefully, other people have gone there and have scored quite a lot of goals. So I'm asking this question just on the side. Should he, push for a permanent move to Galatasaray, or you guys still think, no worry, he should come to the Premier League and prove himself? Maybe or La Liga, I don't know, or go back to the French Ligue 1 with Paris Saint-Germain after all, they're not doing well in the Champions League. Where do you think Osimhen should go, and when should that move be? This winter in January or the summer next May? The ball is in your court. It's up to you to play it and score the goal right now for me. Well, let me take the comment. Where it ends, the show ends as well. Eyawagwa Kingsley says, good morning, senior man. Good morning to you. Pleased to see you. Just hope the network would allow me listen. It's been working so far. I just hope that it continues. Precious Eliwa says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. It was an amazing weekend. Man City are not in crisis. Same situation Liverpool had a couple of years ago, where we had almost all the first team players out because of injury. Precious Eda, I went on to say Man City will be back when their players are back. When are they coming back? Is that not what crisis is all about? When Liverpool had that, was that not crisis? Ben Constantine says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Please, Chelsea, no day any title race. Kalimara from Cyprus. Oh my God. Some seafood there, man. Some seafood. That's what Cyprus remind me of. Okay, you guys may not agree with me, but Ben Constantine would agree with me. And some beautiful, some white sand beaches and all that beauty. I got to wake up say, when Trossard missed that goal, I screamed, maybe, just maybe, Harvard would have scored. Now Harvard again. The same Harvard when I say no good. What people wanna do? Everyone will say, game on. Let's get on with the week reviews. Oh yeah, hit the like button. Thank you very much, class prefect. Oluwaseyi Adebowale say, na top 4 race Chelsea do, title far from them. Well, not really that far. It's not really that far. If we agree that Arsenal are in the title race and Chelsea are above Arsenal on goal difference, why is Chelsea not in the title race? I want to say kudos to Osimhen. I hope he gets a better club by the end of the season. I suggest he stay back in Turkey, keep scoring, and the rest of the world will come knocking again. I don't know about that. I don't know. So Arsenal should go sign it. Why am I the only person standing against him signing for Arsenal? It's not beef. I just don't agree that he would do. See, he would not do well at Arsenal. That's just one thing that I mean, it's left for him to prove me wrong, but I don't think Osimhen will do well. I think I would give anything at this stage to sign Victor Gyökeres for Arsenal. Yes. talk about Isaac and all the people. I don't care about Alexander Isaac. Just bring Victor Gyökeres. That guy will give you another 7 seasons. He knows where the goal is. He knows how to score. Yes, because Isaac will not give up his penalty duties for him, but he knows how to score. He knows how to, like all those Spurs that love to keep high line. He knows how to break that high line and run on the opposition and go get the goals. He just knows how to put the ball in the net. And that's a player that Arsenal needs right now. So we can give up Gabriel Jesus and cash for Victor Gyökeres. I mean, you could tell Sporting that we have Gabriel Jesus, Portuguese, he's Brazilian, he speaks Portuguese, so it's going to be easy for him to come there and come do his thing. But I don't know. I really don't know. But let's see. Demola Abedi Brian says, I think Merino played his best game in Arsenal shirt yesterday. With that cameo, love the way Odegaard spread the pass across yesterday. Reason he gave the assist not only to Saka like before. That's the point. When you stay on the bench and you watch the game, sometimes he improves your game. And looking at Merino, like I've always said, if Odegaard comes into that team, Merino will be better. But one Arsenal player that I've not given the credit that I think he deserved this season is Thomas Partey. I'm the hardest on him. I've always beat him hard and for good measures. But I think that he's really done well. He's been a faithful servant. He's played at right back, he's played at left back, he's played at center back at some point. He's played defensive midfield very well, and he's broke play. The reason why Arsenal got a draw yesterday in that game was because of Thomas Partey and because of how he hovered around Palmer. Because that game, if you look at the game, the way they were moving the first 13 minutes of the game, you know that it was built around Palmer being the antagonist, the orchestrator of all their moves. So I think that he got this instruction to just web himself around him, just make sure he doesn't breathe. For as long as he doesn't breathe on the ball, he doesn't have time to think on the ball, everything is fine. That means that Thomas Partey also do not have time to go forward to support the attack, but it doesn't really matter for as long as you stop them from playing. The other guys were supposed to do their job. Unfortunately, Trossard came on, had a chance to win that game for Arsenal, but only God knows what he played. But it's one of those things that happened. Demola Abedi Ryan wanted to say, Osimhen is a beast. Put him in any team, he will score goals. Is showing that. Okay. Demola Abedi Brian wanted to say Ikorodu City is doing wonderfully well. I'm happy for them as a Ikorodu boy, but still backing my Remo to win the title. Pillars and the governor no one agree at all. It would be so surprising, Sha, that Pillars might come from nowhere and come to win the title, because it's looking like they can put in this run and sustain over a long period of time. Yemi Dynamite, a beautiful sister. This Pep matter tire my brain, because Pep has made us all raise our expectation standard from our teams. Now we can't use City to bash our teams anymore, because them be legbere. The one Brian says Brandy there would have added quality to that Rivers United team, but thank God they didn't sign him. Make my Remo date up like that gradually, like Rivers, like Arsenal. Oh my God, Arsenal receiving bullet out of nowhere. Demola Abedi Brian, why now? And then he went on to say, I don't count 3 points against Rivers already. That's 4 points ahead of them already. Their problem will be like City, losing back to back to back to back. Okay, I read to say, oh, today is Monday. No, na Saturday. Wow. Hey, Demola Abedi say, I'm loving Partey this season. The guy is playing good football and deserves the credit that he should be given. But in the whole of Europe, the coach, the manager that deserves praise. Ruben Amorim deserves his praise. Now he's left Sporting with the magic he's doing. But one man that deserves praise is Ansu Flick. But beyond Ansu Flick is the man in charge of Barcelona currently. I don't know. I mean, people talk about Florentino Perez and all the things that he does, but the Barcelona president, what's his name again? Not Bartomeu. Bartomeu was the one that caused the whole crisis. Somebody remind me of the Barcelona president. I think what he's been able to do, what he's been able to achieve with the way he's, managed. See, the thing about leadership is not seen in the time where there is plenty. Let's be very, very nice. Juan Laporta. Yeah. Juan Laporta have shown that he's a true thoroughbred leader. And the way he's gone about it is looked at his problem, articulated this problem, itemized them, and compartmentalized them. When they were in deep shit, he brought in a son of the soil, somebody who knows the team very well. They won a title and gave him the free rein to find players. People said that, has a flick does not find you. If you come late, you will not play match. Listen, what Xavi was doing was not bad. What Xavi was doing had the blessings of the club. The club did not have money to pay all that, so they needed every opportunity to cut down some money so that they can use what they have to pay what they can pay. They are still in big debt, but for him to come in, inherit that kind of financial crisis, okay, two crises that are very difficult to handle, financial crisis and health crisis. If you have the two at the same time, is a problem. But in business, when you're dealing with financial crisis, and it's a business that happens thick and fast, like football, where every 3 days you're playing a game, and the result means that you also need to sign players, and you have to convince players that you can pay. You have to put a guarantee on the ground that you can pay. When they were selling their media levers and all that, people said, the club is playing Kalu. No, that's what a big club is supposed to do. You're supposed to leverage on your assets, and they leverage on it. But then some of that club could also leverage on the asset and be wasteful. But guess what? He's trusted the academy to produce Gavi, Pedri, Lamine Yamal, rotated signing, brought in Gundogan, play one season, realize that, this guy is going to cause problem here because he's always comparing this team with Man City. We are what Man City is trying to be. We are not trying to be like Man City. They let him go. Brought in Rafinha. Didn't have a good first season, but look at what he's turned out to be this season. Trusted the experience of Robert Lewandowski. Brought in a German coach who's worked with Lewandowski before. Set up a team. God, Barcelona are... I can't say that the revelation of the century because they've been around since forever. But who would have thought that Barcelona would be through this crisis and they would win a league title, and it's not looking like they're going to win another one at a time where Real Madrid have completed their stadium, they started the run of their Galacticos, but they can't even. They went to the completed Stadio Santiago Bernabeu and they beat Real Madrid 4-0 in the El Clasico, or the offside Clasico for Kylian Mbappe and Real Madrid, but the El Clasico for Barcelona, and they are still going on strong. Remember when the Champions League started, they lost their first game, and same old, nothing is going to change, nothing is important, this one is that they're going to suffer. But look at how far they've come, look at the things that they've done. Credit to Juan Laporta, and also credit to Hansi Flick, because we can't praise Juan Laporta without also praising the manager who's come in and done such an incredible job. Having said that, let's go to Demola Abed Ibrahim. He said, I'm loving part of the season. Yamida might say Arsenal injury or Arteta, Uncle A. Now Arteta see waiting our problem be and want to buy more problems instead of solving the main challenge the team had. I blame Arteta if we don't win any tangible this season. Well, I wouldn't be able to blame him that much, because what he did calculatively was a risk, was a calculated risk. Yes, I'll blame him for not getting the backup, a competition for Odegaard. I still say it, because these are things that I'm sitting here in my studio not working with that team, and I'm saying it like, this is going to be a problem. I remember when somebody told me that Odegaard is going to get injured, and I know, even if he doesn't get injured, he's going to tire out. He's going to be playing like he's not there, like we have with Bukayo Saka. He's going to be playing, but you'll not be feeling his impact. So to have a competition for him was what was needed. And he tried in some ways, because he got in Merino, which would take care of the left side. But then again, injuries have not allowed the team to be consistent. Now you're going to be praying for Liverpool to be injured. That's one prayer that I don't pray, because I don't need to pray for a competition to get injured. Okay, I need you to play your best and get there. Well, he will find his way. I mean, he's tried. He's dropped points, at least against Liverpool, against Man City, against Chelsea. He dropped point, but he didn't lose those games. So we would see how it goes eventually, and then from there we'll take it out from there. But it's hard not to blame him, Sha. It's hard not to, not to blame Arteta a bit. It's hard to just say no, you're not going to be. There's a blame there. At least you'd have done everything to get his center forward. But he was trusting Kai Havertz, thinking that Kai Havertz will get better this season than last season. Some players are not going to get better than what they've done. I want to say the way Arteta fell on the ground when Trossard missed that goal was epic. It was. I mean, Arteta is dramatic anyway, so I'm not really that surprised. Demola Abiodun says, I think people don't talk about Liverpool bottling like Arsenal, probably because of fan base for both teams. I agree with you on that one. Liverpool have done more bottling than Arsenal, but people will not see that. Akimbola Lanre says Eriksen's pass to Bruno Fernandes that took out 5 Leicester players was made in heaven. That was a very beautiful pass. And then again, Bruno had a very good game. I just think that I'm surprised because when I keep saying that Erik ten Hag is a bad coach, people say, no, I don't know what I'm saying. It's the same players. Look at what they're playing. Look at the way they are moving on the field. Look at the way they transition the ball. Look at the way they hold their lines and all that. You could tell that something was wrong. And I agree that we've seen this before. Players, get better at Manchester United once a coach is fired. But at any given time, a bad coach is a bad coach. And on Erik ten Hag, this one is on him. He didn't do well as far as I'm concerned. Why you say all this frustration wouldn't have been there for Arteta if more signings had been done. 8 points behind is no small thing, particularly with Man City in between. Demola Abiodun says it is the Man City that is in between that is a good thing for Arsenal because Man City would also fight to pull Liverpool down. And then they will cancel each other out, and then we'll see what Arsenal will do. Arsenal, at least, I played Arsenal, I played Man City, I played Liverpool, I played Chelsea, so there's remaining one leg in the return leg. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes anyway. Demola Abiodun says, I think City team lack the quality in depth unlike before, where their bench could start in any team in the EPL, but they don't have that anymore. I think one of the reasons of their downfall. I agree with you 100%. Lucky Ogale, my brother, says for Man City, I feel they are not the unbeatable forever. It is showing up. They have done it all. Where is the hunger going to come from? This is the season to topple them. Okay, so who will topple them? Who will take the glory of being the one that toppled Man City? Arotoyega says the back line has been terrible. That Simpson pussy guy, he no go fit do the job. When somebody name a pussy, what you expect? Precious Eliwa says, okay, I think I've read that one for Henry Morris says, bros, would you advise Odegaard to go for the international? No, international break. Would it be good for his fitness? I don't think he was invited by Norway. I'm not sure he's in the Norway squad though. I don't think it would make sense for him to go. Even the Norwegian coach will be very, very stupid to invite him. Precious Edward says that Liverpool usually collapses if it's a small margin. I just hope we open up a very wide gap. Secondly, Liverpool have thrown away 16 points before. That don't have a small margin. They've thrown away 16 points, thrown away 18 points. Liverpool, since 1989, courage now. Now Liverpool don't collapse. I don't bottle pass. But people always forget about that one. Liverpool bottle league title for home. All they need to do is avoid a defeat by 2 goals to Arsenal. They lose 2-0. Forgot. Liverpool the bottle. They talk of bottling in the Premier League. Now Liverpool be the Oga of them all. It's just that nobody ever banter them on that one. They always leave them. Liverpool. They are not a team to talk about. He said, I just hope we open up a very wide gap. Secondly, this is Slot. That man looks like a no-nonsense man. You mess up, you sit on the bench. Well, when you have a full squad, that principle works. If you have injured player, you will know that who mess up will simply match. Okay? When Arteta get injured player, you just say if you sit Trossard for bench. Now where Odegaard come, Trossard not sit down for bench. The other one you say Man City is going through a purple patch as well. They are so off form. I think it's a common thing, and then they pick up from towards December and run it through the season like that. Well, let's see. Okay, the Malabeli says Spurs don't disappoint. They are always shit. Right? Olafat says, good morning, boss. What is the consequence of drugging a player? I felt Rice shouldn't have played the game yesterday because of his injury, and the moment Merino came in, we dominated. Well, sometimes, so let's be honest. 80% of footballers no, I don't want to use the word drug. Play through the pain barrier, use painkillers. There is no football team that all their players are 100% fit. Sometimes you just mention it for people to know. So this is part of the game of football. It's part of the game of football. Odegaard is not even fit to play yesterday, but the squad is struggling, and it was like, okay, let me just go and see. And then the original plan for Odegaard was to play first half and get substituted, but then the game was turning and he was going, and okay, since his leg is not giving way, let him play. Players is a normal thing with the profession of football. So I don't really think it's not like they drugged him and he's playing. The right word is that he's playing through the pain barrier. I'm using painkillers, but not drug, as you put it. All of us say, I think Pep is still playing mind games because he's still confident he can meet up with Liverpool or any other team there. I remember this was what he was doing last season at this time too. Nope. Pep Guardiola has never, ever gone in his coaching career, gone 4 games without a win, losing 4 straight games. It's never happened to him. This is not mind game. This is a clear case of injury having his toll on the player. So I don't think it's a mind game or whatever you call it. It's just the reality of what injury can do to even the strongest of teams. The one everybody says, I think Osimhen should stay put at Gala. The last you say, why not go back to the French league? PSG has got some stardust enough for him to shine. Like you say, I'm not a fan of Osimhen. In my opinion, now smash and grab footballer. The problem is that how many clubs will want him? Saudi is his best option. He has the form of a top 5 attacker. None want him. Okay, Kalajayi Ibrahim Adewale says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you and my fellow commenters. Victor Osimhen should just stay permanent at Gala or end up in PSG. Chelsea or Man United will end up fighting for the last European ticket. So Olubajile says, Baba, we have come to Shukmad for our family matter. I believe Osimhen should go for any offer that comes his way in January, knowing well that 26 years is officially his skill is age dependent. Okay. Oluwaseyi Adebowale says Arsenal really missed Odegaard. By the way, who don't see what class Saka this morning? It be like say it's still the Cucurella pocket. No, a what class player? I beg you. I'm not even qualified to talk about him. Oluwaseyi Adebowale says if Madueke start next match for Chelsea, Maresca, we go get problem. But that Madueke after the Wolves game, I think it needs to be certain teams. And then maybe go and score a hat-trick. Oluwaseyi Adebowale or probably Wolves, they don't cost him. Oluwaseyi Adebowale says, I think Maresca should try and sub off Kopama when he's having a bad game. You go feel sub him. That kind of player, if you sub him, it's like saying Mo Salah is having a bad game, you should sub him off. He doesn't need to play 90 minutes. Someone like Joao Felix can bring something different into the game. That's what you think, but I would have rather remove Noni Madueke and bring somebody else. Somebody Majide says, Baba, my Lobby Star had an home win after a long time. Yes, they did. The Live says the Premier League will get even more interesting with Liverpool in form, and by the time Arsenal, Man City have their players back, and with the Amorites coming from Portugal, we are in for more fun. I agree with you on that one completely. It's just the way you put it that got me laughing. So I want to say I haven't seen Pep being very angry at his post-match briefing. Arteta took responsibility with the match outcome, hoping he perfects the fine margins to perfect our winning streak in the Premier League. They need to go to Dubai very fast. They need to go to Dubai and go and drink that Abibi water. Oluwaseyi says if and slot win EPL before Arteta, this place no go contain us. Why? It was a big deal. Peter Wanoda says I do not agree with Maresca post-match interview because it shows that he hasn't key into the Chelsea winning culture of old. I also feel he plays conservatively when he's up against the top teams. That I agree with you on. But I just put it clearly that if Arteta was the one that said that thing, they will start, that time they will read the gospel of mentality to Arteta. But because it is Chelsea coach, everybody's okay. Kalajayi Ibrahim Adewale says VR doing wonders against FC Barcelona, even though it was a shitty performance from the team. Madrid win cost them more players to injury. Olafat says, boss, should Thomas Partey be given a new contract or should he be sold? Should be sold, please. He should be sold, though. He should be sold. One best performance right now should not make him get another contract. He don't hold. He should be sold. Lord Mayor said this weekend, EPL Mado, I swear, who shot better, make it tell me which juju they use. I think Ibrahim Kalajaye should be able to tell you because he shot like 25 million naira this weekend. When I not go rubber more, there go. When I leave my picking for me, when I not go rubber more, I joke I do. Because these days, if you have to come on you, Peter, I want to say it's funny when Arteta says Arsenal dominated the game yesterday because the stats and my eyes says otherwise as the game was even. Lord Mayor says Rodri is a catalyst. Why City is struggling. They are creating chances, but the detector in the midfield is not there. Why is it that everybody pretending like Kevin De Bruyne is not missing? Tosin Lemade says Liverpool even bottled the EPL. Gerrard was supposed to win with his sleep that gave Dambaba the lead. Let me say, but that pass from Odegaard in the tight space is insane. For Martinelli goal, but that Chelsea goalkeeper was at fault for that goal. Shower. Every time I says, I hope when Arteta and the squad resurge in January, it won't be already too late to catch up to Liverpool. I don't think that Liverpool would win the league, sharp. I don't like this is not me beefing. I just don't think that they will win the league. I think that by the start of January, Liverpool will not be on top of the Premier League table anymore. But let's just keep our fingers crossed. Peter Wanada says, I feel majority of Chelsea fans, including myself, were too hard on Pochettino last season. Pochettino Sabi. When you consider how injuries have changed the form of both City and us, Pochettino no Sabi, forget. I agree with the injury issues, but Pochettino they were games. So it's the same thing with Erik ten Hag, right? When you look at the Man United team, there are times when you say, okay, this team is decimated. Injury have caused inconsistency in selections. But then there are games where you just purely know that this is coaching. Remove this player when he's trekking. And you are gaining momentum and the player is not doing anything. Remove him. And then there's sometimes where there was a time where Rashford was in rich vein of form. Play the guy now, you put out for bench. When he wasn't playing at all, you were playing him regularly. Garnacho was in the form of his life. Play him regularly? No. So those things you blame the coach. It's the same thing with Pochettino. Sometimes he struggled with knowing who to select and who not to select, how to play them, where to play them. He had some good players that were in form and he wasn't playing them consistently. All these coaches that have predetermined selections that I must make this player as my substitute, no matter what. So even if that player becomes the best player in the game, he goes to substitute him. That's my problem with Pochettino and Erik ten Hag. Peter Waneda said Pep has he lost 4 games in a row while after winning the title. It's not important. That was after winning the title. That's not important. Yamida might say, but why is Odegaard still going to Norway if he is not fit? Can't Arteta do the politics of keeping them back? You see, that politics can only work if the player says, I want to stay back. If the player insists on going, you have to release him. Because again, it's going to cause a rule that you don't want to deal with. So if he says he's going, let him go. Karajay Ibrahim Adewale says, Amorim doing wonders in Portuguese league. Nice comeback from 2 goals down to win 4-2 without Gakore scoring. The last one you say, no mercy for party. Make them sell him, make it go, I beg. I wrote to say, Karajay, I beg, give us sure odds. Lucky Ogale say Saka de Cucurella pocket with yellow card. If Saka gets sense, na red card Cucu go take finish the game. World class Palmer turn up. A English world class player indeed. Peter Pan, yeah, somebody's answering Peter Pan. Peter Pan say Poch now Father Christmas agent. Father Christmas against Arsenal. Arteta still haven't lost a game as a manager at Stamford Bridge, so that's the only thing he kept going. Although I said Chelsea attack can get up to 4, can get them top 4, but Rodri, Robert Sanchez, and their defense will cost them the top 4. Okay, we'll see that one. So what about you that says Baba was Kai's goal truly? Yes, it was offside. It was offside. You saw the replay now. It was offside. I thought it was a goal myself, but it was offside. There's nothing to argue about that one. Peter Pan say clear offside, so it was offside. There's nothing to argue. Yes, I celebrated the goal, but then once you saw the replay, it was offside. Like You don't even need much line drawing or those plenty drama. He was in an offside position. The line where you say at Kalajai, I beg you, give Shaw Lamba, make I fit win 15 billion zillion only. Okay. Peter Wanada say, it no matter, he lose, Abi, he no lose. Get out, fish. Get out of here. He no lose when there's competition. After he don't already win the league title. Those were games where he was playing upstart. Well, we've come to the end of the show today. Guys, I want to say thank you for engaging the Richard Owobekiri's video that we uploaded. For so many reasons, I can understand why some people can't even watch it because they don't know who Richard Owobekiri is. But then this is why they are our heroes, okay? And it's nice because now we do this video and I'm hearing that Super Sports are not trying to engage him to come and be one of their analysts in the studio after watching this video. So for me, I think I've done a good job, okay, when things like this happen, because he reached out to me that Super Sports sent him a message after watching our video. I said, oh, Super Sports people, they watch my video, our interview, and they said they would want him to come be one of their analysts in the studio, maybe in major tournaments or Soccer Africa, one of these shows, magazine shows and all that. And for me, that is a plus. I mean, I would have loved to get the 10 million views. I would have loved to get the billion views. But again, if that helps him to get closer to home all the way from Brazil, I think I've done a good job. And it's not just thanks to me. It's thanks to you guys, everyone, for engaging it and making sure that there is talk around it. And the fact that this guys, one of the things that I've noticed with the legend is they're different from the very active players. The legend, they go back and they keep watching the comment section, and sometimes they will screen grab it and send to me, what is this guy saying? What does it mean? And all that. And I will try as much as possible to explain. And, for some of them, it's really a thing of joy that the younger generation are saying things like, oh, my father said this. There's a guy who said he had his picture on his door from Complete Football. Owobekiri was over the move for it. So thank you to all of you guys for that. And thanks to all of our members. We're still working, making sure that we will get to you guys. But somebody in Kazakhstan, how do you post a package from Nigeria to Kazakhstan? We'll find a way around it, but there's always going to be a way. But thank you very much, everyone, and we'll keep going. And thanks for all of you who's supporting, who's always calling to say, okay, what can I do to help push the channel forward, whether it's in internet provision, whether it's in fuel provision, whether it's in, support, just logistics, thank you very much. I am really grateful. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do well to subscribe. Help us to grow one member at a time. We're getting close there. We are 16,797 now. And I mean, I hope that before the week runs out, we magically get the 203 to make it 17,000. And hopefully, as the target set for me by YouTube, we magically get to 20,000. How nice would it be to get to 20,000 before the year runs out? I mean, it'll be nice, And then from there, we start looking for 100,000. We start looking for 500,000. We start looking for 1 million subscribers. We keep going anyway. But as we go, the final comment, Lucky Ogale says, Arsenal are slow in the transfer market. See Baleba, perfect replacement for Partey, but Arsenal don't move fast. Money makes people move fast. Arsenal got to a point where they needed to sell, and if you look at the players that they were sold the very end of the transfer window. Negotiations were going back and forth. Eddie Nketiah was supposed to go to Marseille, remember, couldn't go because the money was not right. They need to balance the book, because if they had to fall into PSRO problem, this one that referees are already against them, the FA now go against them and now deduct 10 points from Arsenal, we're dead. So I think that while everybody gets excited about what they're supposed to do, they're supposed to sign, you should also understand the limits where they are in. And the fact that they've not been in the Champions League since means that they don't have any wiggle room that much to do whatever they want to do. So they have to spend within the limit. And now that they're playing in Champions League back to back, the wiggle room will be expanding because they make more money in terms of earnings and all that. So that's the situation with us now. Having said that, please stay with us. We would be here again to do the views from the stand. Myself, Bobby, Abib, China Chiru, and me, and my German expert and Italian expert, if they're available, will be here to give it to you. If you are interested in being part of the show, like I've always said, indicate. And the reason why we do not, some of the guys in Nigeria that have reached out, I ask them what internet they are using. They say it's their phone internet. It will not work on Zoom. It will be freezing, and it will be very, very terrible for us to use to do that show with internet that are freezing. So that's the reason for those of you that we have said no to. Don't be offended. It's just the internet situation. Having said that, if you're outside of the country and you think that your internet is good and you want to join us, we'll record 1 p.m. Nigerian time. Indicate, we would get you in. And if your football is good, okay, your football knowledge is good, let me know and reach out to me on WhatsApp, on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, my DM, and we'll get the conversation going. I'll add you up to the WhatsApp group, and then I'll share the Zoom link with you so you can go live with us. Thank you very much for your time. My name is Idafi Matthew. You're gonna love to call me the Elegbete on Sports. It's been the Sports Buffet Monday edition on Elegbete TV Radio. You've watched it live on Elegbete TV Sports. Thank you for always being here with me. God bless you and have yourself a wonderful day. Bye bye.